they're just taking time, but I think the dip should come this week, Thursday, tomorrow, maybe Friday, somewhere between. But I'm gonna show you the fractals here. So it looks like the GameStop. So when I use the I'm using the May last year as a base, the pullback phase, because when I took a look at AMC, it's going really it's tracking really nicely, same as very similar to the April pullback last year, end of April, May pullback before run. So I'm using this one as a big picture, as a base, and then I'm looking at other partial fractals where they created a month ago, and then I'm gonna show you something interesting here. Which one should I start first? I'll start with this one. So as I mentioned before, I'm just gonna remove this one, and then I'll just maximize the screen. So as I mentioned before, how this thing is tracking very similar to last year, end of April to early May, and then I went through. I mean, let's close the MACD for a second. So so this pullback phase, this is I'm looking at this one as a 40 minutes, 45 minutes on the right side. On the left side, I'm looking at this as 2 hours, or 4 hours, or 1 hour. And yeah, this fractals was complete, right? So as you can see, it top off here, pull back, go up and pull back. It did something like very similar, but as you can see, back then it was really fast, right? So the algo was really fast, but right now it's extremely slow. So it did this one, right? It did very similar pattern here, so that's complete. So this thing is checked, right? So this thing is checked. This one go up and down, checked, checked. So this is complete. So now we are here. This is the final one where you see a final pullback. I'm seeing this one as a final pullback as well, and interesting enough that AMC has left the gap at $2.80 and $2.90. And I found something very interesting today that I'm gonna share with you tonight. So now we are going for this fractals. As you can see, all these fractals has been complete. So this fractal, it looks like it's going sideways and have a one more pullback. This one they're doing this. When you look at this purple one, I'm gonna maximize the screen here. So this all checks, so you don't have to worry about this one. So when you look at this one, so it goes up. If from here it goes up, have a pullback, and go up, and there's it goes like 3 times. It goes up and goes up again, and maybe goes up again, right? So I think they're pretty much doing this one, and we are basically at the end of it. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here, and I want to show you something very interesting here. 1 second. I'm gonna tone this one down, so you know this is a bigger picture. But I've been looking at this as a so I'm going back to some other fractals, and I'm wondering how they're gonna play this out. And I noticed very similar pattern here. You see how they ran this pattern and then have a pullback. I found something interesting here that it looks very similar to this one, right? So I think yesterday you see how this thing pops and pull back and stuff like that. I think we might see a little bit of we just come up a little bit and start to have a pullback, I think tomorrow morning. And I'm gonna share that with share it with I'll share it also with GME, because GME has much more clear fractals here. So I'm curious if this has been complete and they go up and they have a pullback, and I think they might just doing that, maybe either that or either this, I don't know. Yeah, so they're I think they're doing something here, definitely. And then start to tank it down until next week, early next week. I'll show you GME as well. So it's the same thing as what I'm looking at. All these fractals has been complete. This is just one final pullback phase. Same as GME, but I found something interesting here, and I wanted to show it. I want to share with you. So this is May to June, mid-June, where there was a earning and then private offering happened. It looks like they're using same fractals. They're running a same cycle. So I'll show you here. I'm gonna do 30 minutes. It's a little bit busy, so I'll turn this one down. You know, it's the same fractals as AMC, and GME is also running same thing. So before they tank it down, you see how there's a long signal appear here. It also appeared here. So it went up, have a pullback, go up, pullback, RSI. I'm looking at both at the same time. I'm looking at RSI. I'm also looking at the signal here. So you look at this thing twice. You gotta look at twice, right? Look at you guys, not twice. I mean, two things at the same time. So you go up, have a pullback, right? There's a little bit of a tiny pullback. There's a pullback. There's a pullback, and then hit this. It goes up and down like a cat face, like a cat. The ears. It goes up and down like that too. Maybe it's very similar pattern. Maybe, I don't know. But so there's one here, one cat face, and then I don't know if this is another one here. I mean, this one shows very similar to cat face, but this doesn't look like cat face. But when you look at this, long signal up here, short signal, another long, short, and now we have a long. So I'm looking at this as so this is 30 minutes, and this is 30 minutes, and I put this fractals here. Goes up and down, so maybe this might be just kind of one like this double pullback or something like that. Like it's like a double bottom kind of thing. It goes like that, and then it goes up like that, right? RSI is now moving up this way, and as you can see, this RSI goes like up and down like crazy here. But when you take a look at this RSI here, from the bottom, after it hit here, it goes up, come down, right? So I can just pull out the arrow. So after it touches here, touch the bottom, and then this thing goes up and goes up here once, and then have a pullback, here, have a pullback here, and then this thing goes second times here. This is second one, and have a pullback, right? And there's one pullback there. So now GME going up one more time. So GME is here. So I think the RSI level is 55. 55 is here. So I think GME is around here right now, right? So we might see maybe start to go up a little bit in the morning, maybe, and this thing suddenly just have a pullback by end of the day. So it looks like 10 a.m. or something, 11:30. Yeah, let's say 11. Just round it up, 11 a.m. Who knows? This might get dragged out, but just rough it out. I'm just roughing things out like a sketch. So so tomorrow after 11, we might see a pullback, right? So Very similar pattern here, right? So this thing, goes double bottom, goes up like that, and goes up 1, 2, and 3, and boom. So I think tomorrow, it looks like somebody asked me how the Bitcoin is going. Bitcoin is going. It looks like Bitcoin is also getting delayed, but it looks like they might have a pullback too. So tomorrow it looks like all the market will have a pullback, maybe 5%, by next week, early next week. So it might follow similar pattern. So crypto pullback, whole basket stock maybe pullback, and then this thing goes up one more time, all-time high maybe by end of July, maybe July 14th, July 24th, July 25th, or something like that, and then crash begins. When you look at weekly, Bitcoin is here, and then as you can see, they're doing this one, right? They're doing this one. They drag out this much, when this 2021 January was only this much. So there's a lot of parts where like market makers, they drag some area way longer than the past movement. So it's definitely it's not easy to track, but I think we're definitely there. So this one is here, double top, and then when they create a double top happen, that's where this was, and this is exactly where it's at, the level. It's a 60 level in weekly. When you also look at MACD is also at the same level here, right? Double top, same level as weekly. So yeah, I think we might start to see a crash maybe next month for Bitcoin, maybe entire stock or something. I don't know, like the S&P too, right? So yeah, Bitcoin is gonna move up a little bit. So that's what they've been dragging out. So if this both of line touches, they're gonna have a it's gonna have a pullback, but it looks like they're gonna buy more time, right? So they're gonna go, this purple line is going up, this yellow line will follow, and then suddenly it will lose the strength, it touches, and then start to crash, and that's what happened here. So we might touch that around end of July here. That's what happened here. This thing hasn't touches yet. Look at how this thing just kind of like, oh yeah, I don't want to touch this line, right? Just look at this the blue line. I don't want to touch the orange line because I know what's gonna happen. When this thing touches, this thing will start to come down. Even this one, when you look at this, when both of the lines touches, this thing start to crash. This thing also touches, start to crash. So this purple line, this blue line, be like, I don't want to touch this line. I need more time. So this blue line wants to go a little bit more. Yeah, sure, but it will eventually lose the strength, and it will start to pick somewhere, and then this orange line will follow, and eventually this thing will like boom, crash, and that's when the whole basket stock will explode. So I'm tracking both at the same time. It looks like, yeah, Bitcoin is dragging out a little bit more, a little bit further. Market maker wants to buy time before the whole market crash happens. So that's kind of where we at. Yeah, expecting a pullback by end of July, August crash. So I think that's when the whole basket stock crash. Whole basket stock squeeze. So yeah, things getting delayed right now. So let's see if we start to see a pullback. Both GME and AMC. I don't know what will they announce. The funny thing is, same as GME, they left the gap here at $22.33. They have an open gap here at $17.50. AMC, they have a gap here at $2.95, $2.80. Very similar setup. The funny thing is, when GameStop dipped between June 11th to June 12th, from the earning and also private offering, it went down to 26%, almost 27% roughly. Whereas AMC, it went down 10%. June, yeah, from here to here. 1 second, is it June 10th to 12, right? So June 10th was there, so 10th to 12. Oh, sorry, 10th is here. 10th to 12, about 9%. So GameStop has definitely, I mean, I think if AMC dropped this much, based on this fractal, GameStop will drop a lot more, right? But when it starts to run, it'll run bigger, right? So it's like twice. So I don't know if GameStop will utilize this area to use another, I don't know, to do another offering, or maybe announce acquisition, right? If they announce acquisition, it can drop, like how they announced Bitcoin. So I think Ryan Quinn might utilize this area. This is I think the final area, the final dip before this thing will start to curl back up, and then start to have a rally, a giant rally. So I think maybe they might announce something. Like, will they I don't know, will they do another offering, or will they do acquisition this time? Because they did enough. They have enough cash, right? Like, I don't think they need another offering here, unless they need more money. But yeah, it's either offering again or acquisitions. So we'll see. What will they announce tomorrow? And that will bring everything to here, and that will set up a nice setup. And first dump after that, so everything is delayed right now. I was expecting the rally kickoff on July 14, right? 741. That's what I was expecting. But right now, because of the delay, everything got pushed back again. So that's what market makers' tactic is, right? They all they can do is they just kick the can, right? And then try to run this thing as later as possible. So it looks like even Bitcoin crash is delayed to August, and then means a whole basket stock squeeze will also push to August. So let's take a look at what will happen. So let's say tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Roughly, I'm just sketching this one out. Don't look at this like when you guys draw. Because I'm an artist, so when you draw, right? Let's say, I mean, even if you don't draw, let's say you do some scribbles. Like, even if you're like tech engineers, right? Or I have a guy who I know someone, I have a friend who does front end and back end programming, and then he does mostly back end, but when he does a bit of a front end, he do sketches, like a mock-up sketches. So think about this as a sketch. Like, I know there are people out there who look at this as like, oh, this is like a final, like, artwork, like a final piece. This is like a sketch, guys. So when I make a final, like a illustration or a design work, I do sketch first. I don't just finalize them, because client might change something, right? The client be like, hey, I don't like this one. I was like, okay, I'll have to go revise that, right? So I have to do revision. It's the same thing. This is a sketch. I'm sketching out based on the current speed of Algo. And I think a lot of people, not a lot, but some people kind of criticize and then complain about what I see here. I'm sketching out. And you can just, I mean, obviously you can criticize my sketch, but you're not my client. So I don't care about your criticism. Right? Who's your client? Your client is market maker. So if the market makers wants to delay, you just gotta you gotta take their shit and you gotta move on. Right? That's the attitude I have. So just to make sure you understand that this is a sketch, not a final artwork, and everything can be modified based on the client, which is market maker, right? You gotta do what they have to do. That's what they create a market. So you don't have to worry about, I mean you can just make a perfect answers. I was like, oh yeah, this thing's gonna happen. Yeah, sure. But this is just sketch. So look at this as a sketch. And then once you start to see a pattern matching up, let's say, maybe Thursday, Friday, next week. Oh yeah, the thing actually dropped this much. Okay, that's good. So what's the next one? Oh yeah, we got the first dump here around this time, like let's say early July. Okay, that's good. So you just kind of check off the thing, step by step, and that's kind of basically a finishing up the artwork. You can think that way, right? Like look at AMC for example, right? This pattern was complete, same as this one, so that's checked. You move on. This thing checked, move on. This is the final one that has left, right? So that's still work in progress. But you can criticize what's in the work in progress, because this is still sketch. I mean, yeah, what can you do, right? Only thing who can criticize is market maker, right? You have to, you have to rely on the market maker. Right? You have to check what they do. But that's kind of what I see here, and we'll see, right? So once this thing is done, that will be checked, and you move on to the next one, which is this one. If this is complete, you check, and then you wait for the final rally, and it looks like the final rally is going to be in August. So I know there are people who will be like, oh shit, you said July, why is it moving up? You're moving goalposts. Because this is sketch. Because this is all sketch. This is all everything. Your client and my client is a market maker. If clients want you to fix something, you just gotta take your shit, and then you gotta just fix it and move on, right? Right? So you have to think realistically. So you can't just complain. You just gotta move on, right? You gotta fix it. You move on. Okay, so so that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So seeing the rally from June 17, July 14, 741 is now delayed a week. So possible gap up is going to happen in between, I think, July 21st. So something will happen on the weekend, maybe July 22nd or 21st, and then I think, oh sorry, not this one. So this June 20th or June 19th, something's going to happen. And then if market maker, if they don't delay, and if they set it up this way, then something will happen, and then this thing will start to run somewhere there in July 21st, start rally if they run this way. I'm not saying it's gonna run this way, but I'm just kind of I'm seeing this one. I'm just using this as a base, and looks like they're tracking same as this one. And then AMC have an earning. AMC have an earning on roughly August 4th or something like that. Yeah, August 6th. So it looks like it kind of line in that kind of the rally area. So I don't know how AMC earning it will be like next earning, but something will happen towards earning, and then this thing will push the stock up. So that's kind of what I see here. GameStop has an earning on September. So let's see. GameStop has an earning on September. So September is here. So I think it should rally before September. So I think GameStop earning doesn't really, unless they drag it out another month. I really hope not. Oh, fuck this guy. Like I fucking market maker, man. It's crazy. I hate getting delayed too. I lost so much money too. But it is what it is. You move on. You do what you have to do, and you just have to adapt into that what market makers wants to. If you have to adapt their delay, that's all you can do, right? If you still want to be in the market, employ options. That's all you have to do. No complaint. All right. So that's kind of what I see here. So we'll see when this thing will start to drop, but it looks like it will drop. The pullback will start to happen this Thursday, tomorrow, and Friday. Fill this gap at $22.30, and then by Monday, I think something will happen that bring the stock price up to this level. I don't know this much, but at least to come down to fill this gap, maybe there's a $17.40. So what do you think GameStop will announce and then bring the price down one more time to possibly fill this gap? Will there be another private offering? Do you think there will be another acquisition news? I think it will be acquisition news. Maybe they acquire something. Maybe they acquire some stocks. I don't know. Some maybe companies. Maybe private companies. I think Larry Cheng kind of hinted that, right? Maybe they acquire some private companies. Maybe getting ready for reverse merger, right? So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not an insider, so I have no idea. So that's kind of what I see here. So something will happen. Let's watch Thursday, Friday, and see if GameStop will fill this small gap at $22.30, and after that, let's see if GameStop will announce acquisitions on Monday morning or Sunday and bring the stock price up to this level. And this is like good confirmation. I know stock price keep tanking, but I think we saw the GameStop has already somebody mentioned that almost 20% short interest, right? So the short interest is inclining, right? So that's big news, right? So short interest is inclining, and then also there's a lot of short positions in GME ETF, right? The leverage. So something is definitely going on, and I think they might. I don't know. They might do another. I don't know if they're gonna do another offering here, but I think it should be more like acquisition. Because when they acquire something, and they have this much window to blow the stock up, so they acquire something. In short term, the stock price tank. They have let's say how many is this June 30th? They have about a month a window to run this thing. So let's say they acquire some private company, maybe DK Butterfly or something. I don't know. Maybe Dreams on Me or something. Who knows? Stock price tank, and then start to doing that first thumb and second thumb, preparing for rally, and maybe they announce some sort of merger, or I don't know. And basically they announce something that force the shorts to close their position, and then stock price just go up from $23 to $47. So something has to announce something, right? So that means right now GameStop, look at what GameStop is doing. GameStop already did a lot of offering, right? Private offerings and stuff. So they acquire like 9 billion cash, right? They acquire 700 million worth of Bitcoin. What are they gonna do with the other cash, right? Think about it. They're gonna acquire something, and what they're gonna acquire? They're gonna acquire something. It could be their public company, or it could be private company. I have no idea. But they're gonna acquire something. I think this coming week, maybe Sunday they announce something, or Monday morning they announce acquisition, and bring the price down one more time, which in line with the last year May run. And then in short term it tank, but it'll rapidly pushes up for first thump and second thump, and then start to run. So what kind of company will they have to acquire and then start rally within that a month or 3 weeks window? It must be something that shorts doesn't like to, short hates, right? They are forced to cover, right? What kind of stock or what kind of company will that be? Do you think it's the BBBY? Do you think it's something else? Right? So we're gonna find out very soon. A lot of BBBY shareholders are waiting for a year, and they're tired, right? And I'm tired too. I'm tired of waiting too, but what can it be? I think maybe it's time. GameStop and Ryan Cohen will take advantage of this last final pullback, this technical pullback, and then you utilize that this technical pullback as some sort of another acquisitions or offering. But I don't think offering is. I don't think this is offering. This is going to be more acquisitions. So we're going to find out. I have no idea. I'm not insider. I have no information what's going on. So we're going to find out. I'm just telling you based on this technical analysis, and then the direction. So and maybe this could be Rowan Kitty, who knows, right? Maybe RK has been active on Reddit. Maybe there's reason why he's been active on Reddit. He has a multiple accounts. Maybe he announced something, or he filed, he filed something. He dropped some filings, and I'm gonna have this much ownership, maybe, and then the shorts be like, oh yeah, I gotta start cover and then start rally. Maybe that too. Maybe, I don't know. So we're gonna find out, next week, if GameStop will acquire something. So if that happens, I mean, we're gonna still see when the first dump happened, but my estimate will be July 3rd or July 4th if that happened. So it really depends on the speed of Algo. Let's say if they drop this really fast, maybe if they want to, and maybe the speed can change. But for the estimate, the bottom will come down here if they announce something on Monday early morning. Stock rapidly tank, come down, and maybe it bottom out on Tuesday. So I think it will be July 1st. July 1st is gonna be here, I think. So July 1st. And then first dump will happen somewhere between July 3rd. So go up. You see this green pattern here? So I made this one. So go up and down. So you need to see this thing. So when this thing hit the bottom, you need to see this thing go up and have one more pullback, and this thing will go up, right? This thing just will go up like that, right? This go up and down, and then do this. So this is July. It says July 7th. Maybe it will be getting delayed too. Yeah, maybe I don't think it will be Thursday. So Friday seems like a holiday, guys. Watch on Friday. July 4th is holiday. So that means this first dump will happen on July 7th. Yeah, it's getting delayed a lot, right? Because yeah, usually I don't think they're gonna do the first dump on Thursday, because Thursday I don't think they're gonna do Thursday. It should be usually early week, right? Monday or Tuesday. So I'm gonna just rough things out. Like I said, this is just sketch, so don't look at this as a final piece. So July 7th, let's say, come down. July 9th, go for a second thumb. Maybe July Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe this will be July 10th or something like that, and then come down as a option expiration day Friday. So come down, come back up. July maybe 16. Oh shoot. So this is the second thumb. And then this will be July 16. So just kind of rough things out right now. 1 second. So this third thumb, and come down one more time, July, and then option expiration day, July 18. That's OPEX week, and then this thing roll back up and starting the rally on Monday. Yeah, usually it should be Monday, right? So it should be 21st. So let's say this kickoff on the July 21st. And I think also the Bed Bath Beyond PCR should come out somewhere here. So I think it should be something related. I don't know. And then this thing kick off the run. And then there's gonna be some pullback by next Friday. And then kick off another one on Thursday, July 31st maybe. And heading into August. This is AMC earning. August 6th or something like that, and then and then also blew up one more time, and then maybe finishing off before August OPEX. So yes, I think this is next sketch based on today's and yesterday's speed of Algo. The delay, there's definitely the Algo has been delayed. I was expecting pullback early this week, but yeah, this 2-3 days, couple days delayed whole rally. So I just wanted to I'm just sketching out. Don't look at this as final. Who knows, this might be delayed another week or 2 weeks. I can really not guarantee that, because everything will be determined by market maker. So yeah, this is just a sketch. This is not a final, like, you're not looking at a final artwork here. So yeah, I'm modifying every day based on the speed of Algo and based on what market maker is doing. So that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, we're gonna find out Thursday and Friday some pullback, and then by Monday morning or Sunday night, probably Monday morning maybe, filing drops or something. GameStop acquire some private or public companies, stock price drop, tank, and that will be the final confirmation for me by July 1st. The price drop finish and then start to pushes up, going for thumb wave on July 7th, and then have a second one July 10th, third one July 16th. That's the July OPEX. So finishing and then finishing this whole thing up by July OPEX, and then possibly gap up on that around this time. I'm wondering if this is when BBY will come back. I know the July 1st hearing is, I don't know if it is still in July 1st, but I know there's a couple hearings are delayed and stuff too, but I don't know if that's really necessary. If they delay and if they really wanted to use that BBY as a final squeeze, like after this rally, once this rally is done, I don't know how long this will be delayed, but the final short squeeze is here. So it's possible that maybe Bed Bath Beyond will be utilized to create this giant squeeze. So I can't really tell you when this thing will happen, but based on how the speed of Algo is, this is around November. So RC also mentioned about the Teddy making things great again. So this is November, guys. So there you go. So November, December, and then our what is it? RK kind of posts about the Christmas, gift. This is December. So maybe he's hinting about the December. RC hinting about November. This is November, December, guys. So maybe BB will come back around this time or this time. I don't know. What's your thoughts? I have no idea. I don't know. It's all RC's decision. Do you think it will come back around November, BBBY, or BBY will create a catalyst in end of July? I have no idea. I can tell. If maybe somebody has some information or tinfoil, please share with me. Just comment down below so that people also can look at it. All right, so that's pretty much, guys. Hopefully this covers what's going on and what will happen in the next couple weeks, and then we're gonna find out if GameStop announce acquisitions next Monday. That's it. I'll see you guys next updates. Thank you. Have a good night.